making some variations for the background color. I'm gonna just try to get this in and see how that looks. Big shapes to little shapes, bigger brushes to smaller brushes. That distant mountain, it's the world's steepest incline for vehicles is to our right. But what I'm focusing on now is the value change of that incline of that mountain and what we have back there. There we go. It's clearly a lighter and bluer value back there. So it goes back, it's a little more grayed down. Okay, I'm going to get back to these industrial buildings here, and when you're painting in direct sunlight, it's like there's a flashlight being pointed to your painting. So you end up painting a little bit darker as a result of that. So it's just something to keep in mind. There are foreshortened buildings. You have some kind of a stack going there. Demonstrations can be useful. They can also be frustrating too if you haven't painted much and you want to give it a whirl. It's like, oh, this is not as easy as that guy made it look. It's like anything else. I've been doing this a long time, and I'm still learning. It's quite humbling because there's so much to figure out with the physics of light, what works, what doesn't. You're constantly adjusting. And you can't see it, but I'm squinting my eyes quite a bit here just to eliminate detail. I also wear glasses for distance, and I'm not putting those on. So I'm kind of seeing everything in a soft focus, which actually does help me to eliminate the detail that can be distracting. the tendency is when you have good vision is you want to put all that information in, and fortunately that's not how this works. You want to use a shorthand to describe what's there without actually rendering every little thing, every little shape or detail. I'm not saying you shouldn't put detail in it, I'm just saying that there's a time for it, and it's not at the beginning of the painting. You might notice that I use a medium. It actually speeds the drying time of the paint, and that's quite useful because I want it to be somewhat tacky, so that and it starts to dry a bit, so I can add to it. It's not windy today, which is great. Wind can be the nemesis of an outdoor painter. Actually, quite a nice day. A little tricky with the sunlight as it's going to change on us. Water reflects the sky. So we're getting that bluish gray sky getting into this water. So I want to get some of that color in. It's almost violet. When you're planning your painting, you want to think, how is the viewer's eye going to move through the painting? That's a major concern. This scene was selected partly due for that of the depth here moves back gently into the background, taking the viewer's eye back as as it goes. All right, I'm getting to the point where I want to put the sky in. I was holding off on that because it's changing so much. Let's get some of this in over here. Remember, it's not a photograph, so I want you to bear in mind that I'm simplifying shapes and moving things slightly as I go, just to make the composition better or to simplify. I'll group shapes. You're after the spirit of the place, not a photograph. I'm more interested in how the scene feels rather than exactly how it looks. It's a different way of thinking about the subject. You want to be influenced by the drama of the light and color and what we're painting. And this is a great place. Not a lot of these mills left, and I really wanted to get some of this in here. As soon as I get the entire painting covered up, I'm going to take a little break and get back and see what I've got going. I like to stand back and analyze the painting because it's quite easy to make corrections. It's just paint. It wipes off. And I'll do that if I need to. Wipe off an area. That's what I like about oil paint, is it's quite flexible. If you don't like something, you can just simply use some paint thinner on a paper towel and take it away. Start again. Almost to the point where I'm going to get that sky in there. I'm going dark to light, so that's the key to oil paint. If you get the shapes approximately in the right place, approximately the right color, you're going to create the illusion of what you want here. It's not an exact science. It's part craft, part art. But also, for me, it's being out here with light and color, hearing the stream, the city, the mill. You're using all your senses. Now, if I'm in my studio working from a photo, I don't get that. Just going to try to get some of this covered here, and then get that sky in. It's still pretty gray. I don't mind it. Actually, a gray day gives you a more consistent day to paint without the added pressure of the light changing so quickly. If you've got a large area like the sky, I tend to transition from a warm to cool or from dark to light. It makes it more of an interesting area. So it's not quite all the same. And if I go darker at first down here, then I can add some light passages to it. You see how that works? It's from dark to light. I like working wet into wet, where it's still very kind of plastic and flexible, the color is. Now, there are some telephone poles that some wires and textural things. I do want to put those in there. I think they add to this scene a lot. So let's get the sky first. My eyes are squinted a lot, and I'm just trying to get the feeling of that up there. Let me get back and just get some of this lighter stuff in here. Forget that these brushes have long handles for a reason. But you can hold them back. It gives it a little more spring to the brush stroke and allows you to stand back. Don't use it as a pencil. Use it as a brush. Okay, I've got essentially the painting covered. That's what I consider the first pass. So at this point, I'm gonna take a little break, step back and evaluate what I have here, what needs to be darker, lighter, warmer, or cooler, and then make those corrections and start working with smaller shapes. You can see that, but you get the idea that it didn't take too long to block in the initial first pass.